So, ladies and gentlemen, Pusha T has been going off lately. He's been on a tear right now. For you guys that don't know, the Clipse, after about almost 20 years, they have decided to reunite. They are putting out a project soon called Let God Sort 'Em Out. They've been releasing some snippets from interviews as well as some songs. One song that's really been catching the hip hop universe by storm over the past like day or so is this song that just dropped called So Be It. It's a dope song, first of all. Like, I like it. It's very solid. Both Pusha and No Malice did their thing on that song. Good production. But what's catching people's attention is towards the end of one of Pusha T's verse, he made mention of a situation between somebody's girl in Calabasas and somebody losing their pride and saying, and many people initially assumed it was about Kanye West, which it could be possibly right, but it could be about multiple people. You never know. But what's really catching people's attention is there's now been a snippet from another interview released where now Pusha T is confirming that it's actually Travis Scott that he's talking about. For the people that don't know, Pusha has had an issue with Travis Scott because of the fact that, in Pusha's opinion and in many people's opinion, Travis Scott, he plays both sides a lot when it comes to a lot of things that go left, or a lot of things that take place. Travis Scott, he plays both sides. And also there have been many rumors that Travis Scott may be a very annoying person, to put it politely. And I could understand Pusha T's frustration with this. Like, if it's somebody like you watching this video or me, and we happen to stay neutral on everything that goes on because we don't know these celebrities and we're just watching for entertainment, that's one thing, obviously. But when it comes to Travis Scott's position, he's clearly in the circles, or close enough to kind of be in the circles of all these guys, and he's clearly on many occasions played both sides, which naturally can make people feel slighted. Like, because Pusha T pointed out the fact that Travis Scott went out of his way to go to the studio that Pusha and No Malice and Pharrell, they were recording at, they were hanging out at. He went out of his way to pull up to the studio and force them to listen to his Utopia album. And funny enough, according to Pusha, Travis did not play him the song, I believe it was called Meltdown. Yeah, it was Meltdown. Travis didn't play Meltdown for him. Mind you, Meltdown has a verse from Drake where he's taking shots at Pusha T and Pharrell. And Pusha T, understandably so, felt frustrated by that, because it's like, you specifically went out of your way to not play me the song that somebody that he had an issue with, somebody that he has an issue with, dissed him on, or dissed his people on, which understandably so can make people look at somebody like Travis sideways, because it's like, that's kind of foul, obviously, especially because some people are claiming that Travis didn't know that Drake was dissing Pusha T or Pharrell or whatever, or some people have also claimed that Drake didn't send the verse until 24 hours before it was at the deadline. And it's like, man, in my opinion, neither one of those excuses are valid enough excuses, because at the end of the day, even if, let's say, he really did send the verse 24 hours before the deadline, 24 hours is still long enough for you to listen to what he's saying in the verse and recognize there's shots being taken here. I don't really want that on my album. And you still could have left it off. And also, if he sent it 24 hours before the deadline, you should have also had a contingency plan in place in case you didn't like his verse for one reason or another. For example, hey, if you don't think he's gonna put the verse in time, or if you are worried about him giving you a verse at the last minute that's not very good, you have the option. Well, if you're somebody who likes to be prepared, you have the option of saying, okay, let me have a spare verse put to the side just in case he sends something I don't like, or sends it too late. I could at the very least put this extra verse in and just act like it was just planned all along. So I don't think that's a good excuse. And then even when they say maybe he didn't catch the disses or the shots that Drake was taking at them, I find that hard to believe too, because if that's the case, if he didn't catch those shots, my question would be, why did he go out of his way to not play that specific song for Pusha T and Pharrell and No Malice when you literally went out of your way to show up to where they're at to play the song? Like that, to me, that doesn't make much sense. That sounds like he knew exactly what was going on and he was trying to hide it. He was trying to conceal it for whatever reason. He was trying to conceal it. And many people have called out the different situations where they felt like Travis Scott was playing both sides. Like most notably recently, Travis Scott was basically encouraging I believe it was Metro Boomin. He was encouraging him during a concert to play the song Like That, which obviously was a song with Kendrick dissed Drake and J. Cole and was the essentially the starting point for the beef where, as we all know, Drake got smoked. Like that's not debatable, but uh and so I could see why people would definitely say that he plays both sides. Like if you've ever looked into Travis Scott's origin story, as far as like, not to go on a tangent, but a lot of people talk about industry plants conversations regarding a lot of different artists, but for some reason people don't really bring Travis Scott into it. And if you look at Travis Scott's origin story, low-key you could argue there's an industry plant element there, right? Because like many industry plants, there's not a clear explanation of how you got from point A to point B. It's like a vague story that doesn't line up right. And again, just clarification for the people that don't understand, just because you're saying somebody is an industry plant doesn't mean you think their music sucks. I don't know why people act like you hate somebody if you say they're an industry plant. Somebody could be a dope artist and still be someone who was planted. It's not that big of a deal. But either way, when you dig a little deeper into allegedly what's Travis' origin story, you could kind of see him showing traits of being somebody who is definitely an opportunist, is definitely willing to flip flop on people. So because of that, because of the alleged origin story of Travis when it comes to him trying to get popping in the music industry in the first place, it's actually believable to me that he's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, including Pusha T. And I could understand why Pusha T would go off on him. It's interesting to me though that he's also like, he clearly has a strong dislike for Travis. Like he went as far as like not just dissing him in the song, but also he said, "Hold on, let me also come through and drop this interview." I could understand. Again, this is a justified diss in my opinion. Like this is very justified. And what I think is interesting is now people are speculating that Travis is gonna respond, which to me, I mean, bro, like I don't think you should ever underestimate anybody, because I always say that as somebody who is a rapper and studies hip hop and all of that and is an artist. By the way, make sure you guys smash the like button and subscribe. My name is Mfasis. I'm an artist and I do podcasts as well, like the one you're watching. But thank you for watching this long. But if I've always been somebody who's felt like every rapper is technically beatable depending on who they match up against. Like how you say in boxing, matchups make fights or whatever. You could have the same logic in hip hop. Like if you're matched up against the right rapper, I think any rapper could be smoked. But to think that Travis Scott would stand a chance lyrically against Pusha T, I mean that's laughable. Like, does Travis Scott even write his raps? Like, wasn't Saha the Prince writing a lot of stuff for Travis at one point? That's neither here nor there. As far as Travis responding, I don't even think that's a conversation. Like Travis makes music that's good to vibe to, and you know he's a talented producer, but I don't think that means that he actually would be able to hold his own in a battle with somebody, especially with Pusha T. Like, because again, and Pusha T made this point where he said, "Hey, I'm not really the one starting anything with these people. They're low key starting with me." So if that is the truth, and these artists are kind of pushing him or antagonizing him, I mean, that just makes it even better for him if he's like lyrically destroying them, because he's also going to have the public on his side, because people are going to wonder, why would Travis Scott even move like this? This is pretty weird. But either way, I'm out.